Hello and welcome back to Leilani Electronics. This is my temperature and humidity display circuit, which uses two blue OLEDs that are 256 by 64 pixels. I'm using the Honeywell part number HIH-7131. This little guy right here. This little surface mount guy with the screen on the top. It's a serial port interface. I got connected to my PIC, my DS1302 RTC, and this is my power supply for the OLEDs. Okay, I'm gonna put the screens on, but I took them off just to show you how I wired everything under the board until I get the regular PCBs in. But this little guy right here, it came with like a little sticker over the top of this mesh. Right there, if you let me zoom in. So I'm assuming that's where it measures the air quality and gives you your temperature and humidity from that. Now each output from this little guy is going to be 14 bits. So 12 of your bits is going to be your temperature in Celsius, and another 12 is going to be your humidity in RH percentage. So the MSB, the most significant bit, is your sine bit. So this guy measures from minus 25 degrees Celsius up to 150. So I just converted mine to Fahrenheit. So you're going to get two 14-bit outputs. 12 is going to be your actual data you have to convert. The MSB is going to be your sine bit, and the one don't care bit. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Okay, so here it is. I'm gonna put the OLEDs on there. I don't know if I can see. Okay. Oh, be careful. You don't want to break these. Okay, so they're in the sockets. Now, when I power it up, we're going to get temperature, humidity, and a calendar, which I use the DS1302 for my clock and my calendar. Okay, there it is. Okay, so before we get into the temperature and humidity, I'm just going to go over to the clock. Normally when I use the DS1302, I just use the clock, but since I had an extra OLED and more space, I just put the calendar on there. And I got it preset to 11:59, July 24th, 2026 p.m. on a Friday. So the reason I did that is so when it rolls over, excuse me, you'll see it go from p.m. to a.m. It'll go from the 24th to the 25th, and it'll go from Friday to Saturday. So it's this little feature I added on there. There's my little smiley face, a couple icons I drew up to put in there. Fahrenheit, relative humidities in percent. Okay, it's about well, we got a minute to roll over. While we're waiting on that to roll over, I just got to tell you guys, normally when I do temperature circuits, I use the LM34 or the LM35 or something, maybe the TMP 124, and I normally do my blow dryer test, which I'm going to do on this one. But you can't put the source too close to this guy. It tells you in the data sheet, this little mesh sensor, you don't want to just blow hot air on that, or put it anywhere that'll affect the reading or damage the chip. Okay, okay, while that's getting ready to roll over, right now I'm sitting in my garage at my workbench, and it's 54.5 degrees, and the RH is 62.8. Okay, so I'm going to get the blow dryer out. I always do a blow dryer test when I'm testing sensors, and we're going to go somewhere warm, and we're going to watch these values change. Okay, see, it just rolled over. Sorry to jump back and forth. It went from AM, then the 25th, then the Saturday. So the RTC I just put in there, there's a button I'll put up under there to change the date and time and the reset button for the overall circuit. Now this is just my something I soldered up to test it. Like I said, once I get the real PCB in the mail that I drew up, I'm gonna re-solder everything a lot neater, but this is how I always test my circuits before I make them final. You always have to test them. All right, so just real quick, if you hover your finger over here, I mean, don't press down on it, but if you just touch it slightly, you see that? It went up about 2 or 3 degrees. Okay, so let's get the blow dryer out. Okay, so we're back with the blow dryer. Okay, so I'm just going to turn it on low and put it near the sensor. Temperature's going up, RH is going down. Crank it up higher. Okay, there we have it, the good old blow dryer test. So we got up to a little bit over 103 degrees. The humidity went down. Now, I've only worked with humidity sensors twice. This is my second circuit using it, so I had to go online and do a little bit of research. They're saying average RH for different parts of your house is between 30 and 60%. So I'm in my garage. That's why it's a little bit higher, because it's cooler in here. So when I go into my if I was to take this in my laundry room or the bathroom, it would be a little bit hotter, and it would be lower. It would probably be around the 30 or 50. So it's gradually getting back down to normal temperature. Since I took the heat off of it. So unlike the LM34, this one takes a little bit longer to get to back to normal. I'm guessing it's because of this how it's designed. I mean, I like the chip. You mean, like, so this, the air has to get through this little mesh, that little screen there, so it'll gradually get back up. But this is the circuit. You can go to the website, print out the schematic. I'm gonna put the program up later. I like the blue OLEDs, the dual OLEDs. I originally had everything on one screen, but like I said, I had extra ones, so I just used 2 of them. So again, let's zoom in on this little guy right here. There he is. There's a little mesh screen on there. Here's a close-up of the OLEDs, 64 by 256. There's my power supply, and I have again with OLED, you have to turn them off and on in sequence so you'll fry them. So what I did was add a little button right here to push that when I'm ready to turn it off. What it'll do is clear the screen and then shut off the power supply that powers the OLEDs, which is right under here like I showed you earlier. So now it's at 73. So again, a quick recap. This is a serial port, so you only need 3 lines. It gives you temperature and humidity in RH, percentage, and Celsius. So I had to convert mine from Celsius to Fahrenheit in my program. And the DS1302 is just a RTC that I use on a lot of my projects, just to, toss them on there because I like using it and telling the time. So it's not actually 12:05 like I told you, but Okay, Saturday, it's July 25th. So there's a button on there. You can adjust that. There's a reset button for the microchip and a turn off button for the OLEDs. So again, this is my dual temperature / humidity sensor circuit. Go print it out. Hopefully you like it. Build one, and let me know what you think. Drop me a line, either on this site or on YouTube or on my website. Thanks again for watching. I'm going to power this buddy off. If we just hold this for a second. There it is.